Hi, welcome to the groovy adventures of Jeff and Soni. You know who's who, probably. Today we're going to talk about when you're simplifying, what do you do with all those old photographs and prints and home movies and slides and stuff. You can't carry them around with you, and if you're like us and you're going to get rid of your house, where are you going to keep them all? So today we'll talk about what to do with those. So over the years, we accumulated quite a bit of photo memorabilia, prints. Those of you old enough probably remember taking your film in and getting prints, and they'd often offer like double prints, which seemed like a good idea at the time.
Well,
right?
You could share it with friends and family. It was good at the time.
But now that we're getting ready to get rid of everything and simplify, we got a lot of prints, a lot of
thousands
slides, a lot of home movies, all kinds of stuff. So we got to get rid of that, but we want to keep the memories. So we got it all digitized.
In the age of digitization, which is not easy for me to say,
Evidently.
we decided that we could stick it all onto a thumb drive and maybe look at it through a digital frame, picture frame, I think is what they're called.
Yeah, or have it be a screensaver on your computer or whatever.
So as we were doing all this, we kind of came up with some things that we thought maybe we could share with you guys on making the process maybe a little easier.
Yeah, we took the bullet and we made the mistakes for you. So hopefully you can learn from what we did wrong.
Yeah.
But so one of the things we figured out was we didn't start early enough. It's amazing how many pictures we had. And
just sitting around in photo albums.
Yeah, or
those of you old enough to remember that.
In envelopes waiting to be put into photo albums, which never happened.
Yeah.
Scrapbooks.
We had old video. What was that? Super 8 or something? Is that what that was called?
Yeah, some sort of 8mm video cassettes.
From the big camera that we used to have, and we had no way of watching that.
Plus old VCR tapes that we put stuff on. And
and then your 8mm from your parents.
My dad had actual 8mm film that we got digitized.
Again, no way to look at that. Yeah. All that stuff's just sitting around in boxes. And
floppy disks. We had floppy disks with pictures. Yeah.
So, but one thing we did find out was that we should have started earlier in the process. Because it
does cost a bit of money, so
it's
nicer if you can spread it out over some time. So I would say start as soon as you can. Just send some in every once in a while.
Yeah, and one of the things we found out was that we thought we were done. We sent everything off, we got it done, and next thing I knew, I was like, oh. We didn't look at this box.
Look what I found. Yeah.
I found this. And we just kept stumbling across things. So it was good that we started when we did, but we could have started earlier and spread out that cost a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that we really should have sat down because we didn't start soon enough. We really should have sat down and looked at all of the photos and maybe put them into some sort of chronological order.
Yeah, because as we get the pictures back, they're all over the place. There's like pictures of me and a baby to, our son as a baby, just all over the place.
Yeah, because we were in kind of a hurry, so we just started throwing them in and not paying any attention to chronological order. So it would have been nice to be able to look at that and see it in order of some sort of order anyway.
Yeah, at least close to an order, not jumping around decades.
Yeah, but it's been kind of fun too to have it that way because
you never know what's coming up next. Yeah,
it's random.
Yeah,
but we found out that starting early was a better way to go.
And as we were going through, we each took like piles of prints and would go through and you got to remember, you don't need, like 12 prints of Aunt Madge eating birthday cake. So be selective.
Yeah, be very
and
selective.
communicate. I mean, I think a lot of times we were both looking at the same pictures and saving the same ones, and so we got them scanned multiple
We had
times.
a couple of duplicates.
Yeah, so
The other thing that we realized is that we were looking at photos and we're going, I don't know where this rock is. I don't know
Yes.
what this flower is.
so that showed when you're taking pictures,
Yeah.
it may look cool on the day you took the picture, but 10 years down the road, you're gonna go, why did I take a picture of this tree, or even this mountain?
Yeah.
It was the
Always put the
people.
people in
It was
it.
the people in the pictures that really mattered to us. That's the stuff we saved. So we picked a company called Legacy Box, and the process is actually pretty easy. They send you a box with labels, and
They send you a little booklet that walks you right through it and tells you how to do it, and you just take the label off and you put them on the tape or the video or whatever you've got.
put your prints in baggies and
You get
put them
20.
on
You
there.
do 25 photos in a bag. Is one item. Videotape is one item. They tell you how to do it, but you put 25 photos into a baggie and then put a label on it, and that enables them to scan it through the process. And then you put them all into the box and you send them back to them.
And it takes about how long?
Typically 10 to 12 weeks. So again, another reason to start early.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to pay to expedite it, which we've had to do recently because we're getting much closer.
Yes, because we're just
still finding things.
we're what 3 months away approximately from selling everything, selling our house, and being out of here. So yeah, we're definitely pushing it at the end, which kind of par for the course.
And then once they get your box, then they will send you emails telling you where your photos and stuff are in their process, so that you're aware of where it is and that they've got it and that everything's going well. And I kind of like that, knowing that they're scanning my stuff all the way through from the day they receive it to the day they mail it back to me. They're sending me the process, and it's nice to know.
Yeah, because at one point we used Walmart, didn't we, to do some?
Yeah.
And
And
I mean, no offense, but
we didn't do very many because we were.
yeah, Walmart.
We weren't sure.
I trust these guys that much, and they don't really tell you where things are at, and it's like, am I going to get my stuff back? Are they going to mess them up? So I kind of like that these guys keep you in the loop.
Yeah, that's nice to have.
So then they send them back to you, and they put them on the thumb drive, and it's also in the cloud for a certain amount of time, I believe.
It's there for 3 months for free, and then you have to pay $10 every 3 months to keep it on the cloud if you want to pay for their storage, if you want to do that.
Right. Otherwise, you can upload the thumb drive to whatever cloud service you have. So a little technical difficulty there. Stopped recording for some reason. So where were we? Yeah. So when it's all done, they send it back to you, and you get a thumb drive with all the pictures on there. And and it also goes up into a cloud for you.
Yeah. And they'll store it there for you for as long as you want. The first 3 months are free. After that, they'll store it there for you at $9 every 3 months. So what is
That's not
that?
too bad.
$30 a year to store it for you?
Yeah.
So, roughly? No?
It's
No,
close enough.
40.
Yeah.
$40. I didn't do my math, but
Yeah, whatever. $36.
yeah,
It's $3 a month.
Something like that.
Math is hard.
it is.
Yeah. It's like anything on the internet these days. You never pay retail price. There's discounts all the time. They offer all kinds of sales. So if you go there and get on their mailing list, they'll email you when they've got the discounts. They'll have like 60% off this, or
Right.
have special on videotapes, or all kinds of things like that.
Yeah, they'll run a special that will say for VHS tapes, it's $9 per tape to digitalize it, and then they'll send you the tags like we talked about, and you can add, if I found these photos, and you can add that stuff to it. It doesn't have to be specifically what you paid for. They'll do it for any units that you come up with. So
yeah, they're pretty flexible and help make it a little more affordable.
Yeah.
Which, what are we spending about per box?
About $300 to $400.
Yeah.
For most of the boxes.
So another good reason
It just
to
depends on
spread
the
it
units.
out. But yeah.
You pay for so many units, and the units are 25 photos and slides, or a VHS tape, or a 8mm cassette, or those are all units, and you just pay for so many units. So if you get your stuff together beforehand, you can see how many units you're going to pay for. And we did our first one. I think our first one was quite a bit more than that. I think we did the full, like 80 units or something like that. And then
Because we thought we were done.
and then as we empty boxes, we go, oh, look at these. So yeah, but they give you extra tags. So if you pay for 20 units and you found 40 units later, they give you extra tags in the booklet that you can add to it, and then they'll just send you an email asking you to pay for the extra things that you did, and then they send you your stuff back. So
It's pretty easy.
pretty easy. They're on top of it.
Oh yeah, this is the big part.
I'm not ready for it.
When you get them all
do it.
back, they send you back all of your original materials, all of the photos and everything, and so it's all digitized now. So you should just get rid of it, right? So it's not so easy to do. When you've had these pictures for so long, it's like
Yeah, and they've been in boxes all this time. We've never looked at them for all this time, but I'm having a hard time. I can't. They're sitting in the spare room. I can't throw them out. I can't bring myself to walk to the garbage can and throw them away. It just seems so wrong to do. So I don't know. You're gonna have to do it for me, honey.
we'll do it.
You're just gonna have
It'll
to.
get done. We'll hire a bagpiper,
Play taps for
play
us.
taps, something. Yeah, it'll get done. It'll get done.
It's so hard for me. So hard.
Yeah. So I mean, to help with that, getting over that mental hurdle, make some copies. Have extra thumb drives that you can store in different places, and so if you lose one or something happens to one, you've always got a backup for it.
Or if you're like me and overkill, then I'm going to have the copies that they mailed us. I'm going to make a copy for our son, make a copy that goes to my parents' house, a copy that goes to my brother's house, and then a copy that comes with us.
And then put them in the cloud, so they're there. And the nice thing about that, especially if you put them in the cloud, what we're thinking about is getting like a digital picture frame that they can just keep playing on over, a big loop, and
so that we can always see the photos wherever we're at.
which we haven't seen the photos, most of them, for 20, 30 years anyway, so it's kind of fun to have them pop up on that thing. At least we get to see them finally.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So I guess Legacy Box is not the only company, and we're not sponsored by Legacy Box. We're not doing this for that. I mean,
we just like the process.
So far, nobody seems to be really impressed with our dozen followers. I don't know. So sponsors are not an issue for us.
Not yet.
Not yet. Hopefully someday. So there's at least a couple other companies, and besides, like the big box stores, Walmart does it. I think Costco does it. So those are other options. We did Walmart and for some stuff a while back. I think I even meant to use Costco for one, and the whole process was So.
I was a little afraid because I think what we did with Walmart, we was sent off to have a book made, and they lost everything.
Right. Yeah.
And so then I was afraid, well, if I send them my actual photos, so I was a little afraid of that. And so I picked Legacy Box because they've been doing it for years.
And it's all they do.
And they focus on that. They don't have other things. So that's why we went with them.
The other companies are Dig My Pick, which you got to be careful typing that in. Something
Careful, careful.
I don't know that.
And moving on, the other one is called iMemory.
Okay, yeah, probably a good idea.
So those were a couple that I just kind of ran across because I thought, well, there's got to be somebody else that does this too. So I thought I'd give you guys that information. We just saw an ad, I think, on TV for Legacy Box a few years ago and did it. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah. So I think that pretty much covers that. Let us know in the comments if you guys have used any of the other ones or if you've done any of this and what your experiences are with it. And yeah, like and subscribe and hit the bell button.
And we love hearing from you guys.
Yeah.
So just keep the comments coming, and then we need to move on to another order of business.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did mention in the last video that we'd be having our estate sale, and we'd be going over that with you and how that went. And it's still coming, but we were sitting at breakfast this morning and thinking about all of the logistics of living in this house for 2.5 months without our stuff.
And I was panicking a little bit. I'll be honest.
As you would if you're going to camp in a house with nothing in it.
I'm like, how are we going to do that? We're not going to have anything. We're going to have to go to the laundromat.
Yeah, it's like we're going to have to keep the refrigerator, freezer. We can't sell that. We got to keep this. We got to keep. It's like, well, why are we having an estate sale if we're keeping stuff? So then we thought, well, why did we think we had to have it before we sold the house? And we couldn't come up with a good reason for that. I don't know why we had it stuck in our head that we were going to sell everything first, then sell the house. So so we're pushing the estate sale back. We're going to put the house up for sale and then have the estate sale just before we are ready to move out. So so the story of all that is coming, but not as soon as we had originally thought.
Happening more in May,
which is quite a relief, to be honest. So
yeah, I don't know what we were thinking.
All right, well, that's all we got for you. So thanks for tuning in, and Huevos Rancheros.
See you later. Cut.
Oh yeah, it's a well-oiled machine.
Right.